Have you ever seen a chess trap on TikTok? I have. Now, I've never played them because I'm like, they don't make you any better at chess. Alright? In fact, I don't see how this improves at all. You just copy and paste a position and hope that black or white just plays into the trap. So, we're going to be testing traps, and I'm going to be explaining why they work or why they don't work. Most of them aren't good. Alright, now the first trap we got here is the Stafford Gambit. Now, actually, the Stafford Gambit is probably one of the better traps. Alright, I actually like the Stafford Gambit. I don't think it's bad at all. Now, this is if you play d3, they're going to play this. Now, what you should do if they played bishop c5 is go h3. No questions asked. This is the best thing you can do in the Stafford Gambit. It says good, but just play it. Trust me. Alright? But basically they're saying this. Do not play this, but a lot of the times they're not going to play this. Because they've went against this before, and they're like, I'm not falling for this. Alright? And just go h3. But, if people do this, alright? Knight takes e4. Brilliant move. Alright? Because if you take this, then bishop takes f2, the only move here, checkmate. Alright? Now the question is, would someone fall for this? Would someone go bishop g5? Now, at the 500 level, it's a 50-50. Alright, before 1,000, it's like a 50-50. They might go here, or they might go here. Or they could go here. Now, actually, all these moves lose, because when you go here, they're always going to go here, and if you go here, they're going to go here. Alright? And that's just lost, and this is no good. Alright, it sucks. A lot. Alright? But, what would I rate this trap out of 10? A 5 out of 10. Alright? It's not horrible, because it's a very fun position. Alright? Even at the 1500 level, it's not decided whether white will win or lose. Because this position is very, very sharp. Alright. The queen is open, this bishop is open, this bishop is open, this knight is pretty important. Alright. That's the compensation for the pawn. But this trap would most likely not work past 1,000. Okay, the next trap is the Scotch Gambit. Now, it starts with this. You probably shouldn't play it in this move order. You should play in this move order. This is better, because you go bishop c4. Gambit the pawn again, have a big lead in development. Alright. But it ends up in this position anyways. And it says to do this. This is bad. Why is the knight here? Why is the knight here? Alright. Why is the knight here? It should not be here. Alright. And then it says, kick this knight. Now, this is, in fact, this is an okay move. You can kick the knight. And then it says this. That's disgusting. Oh. And yeah, you take. And bishop c4. Alright. Now, basically, if your opponent just self-destructs, then yes, this works. Now, it says, oh, they're obviously going to go here. Listen, if your opponent is 1,000 at least, they're going to think for a few seconds and be like, hold up, if I go back, this is super weak. So what do I do? There's like a million ways that they do not lose. King g6. Alright. And if you do this, the king is completely safe. Completely safe. Alright? Because if you go here, like, I'm going to set up a discovered attack. Just, you know. they're not gonna self-destruct. Alright. And then they're gonna go here and just take your bishop. Alright, then they're gonna kick your queen, and you have no compensation for that piece. No compensation. This is completely relying that they self-destruct. They go here, they're fine. Alright? In fact, that they are not fine. Alright? They go here, that's winning. Then it just takes, right? King g6, and the engine is saying your bishop is in a stupid square. If black does anything but these two moves, he's completely fine. Completely fine. Alright? And in the 1000 level, this would not work at all. Not even in Blitz. Alright? Because the opponent in Blitz is going to sense, okay, this is a little bit dangerous. Alright? I gotta think. Where do I go? Alright? But this is actually not even bad. Why? Because they're going to have a hard time deciding which moves they should do. Because they're going to think, this is still unsafe. Oh, I'm just losing a pawn. And they're gonna be like, oh, if I go here, he's gonna go here. Oh my gosh, he's gonna rail me from behind. So I believe this actually would work at the 1000 level. Alright? Because it looks super unsafe for the king. Even if it is unsafe for the king, you're still up a piece. So yeah. But do not play this. Because if your opponent isn't a retard, they're gonna win this position in their sleep. Alright? Alright, now for the next one, I actually don't dislike this one as much because it doesn't even land you in a winning position, in a losing position, I mean, if it doesn't work. So, e4, e5, knight e2. Now, this isn't losing at all. Alright? Because yes, they go here, attacking the pawn, which is completely fine. And it again says to do this. Now, this isn't even completely losing for white. Alright? Because if you do take like this, it's actually just equality. Alright? Because you cannot take this pawn. Because if you do, queen e2, and you're not going to defend this, and you think, oh, I'm defending it like this, knight d5. And if you go back, you lose the queen. I mean, you lose the knight. And if you try to defend it like this, it's a fork. Alright? This one isn't a horrible one. But if your opponent doesn't fall for the trap, you are in a very uncomfortable position. After something like knight c6. Alright, very uncomfortable. Super duper uncomfortable for white because the knight is not supposed to be here. It has no reason to be here. And you're going to have to waste a move repositioning it somewhere better. But you're not in a losing position if this doesn't work. So, I guess I accept this. 7 out of 10. Okay. This next trap is actually a decent trap. Alright. So first starts with e4, e5, d4, e takes d4, c3, d takes c3, bishop f4. Now the TikTok says this is a great move. I don't know what this is. Alright, I don't know what the TikTok is saying. Then c takes b2. Then c takes b2. Alright. Now this is actually a good position for white. The machine says it's 0.4 for black. That's because black would know how to defend this position if it was Stockfish, but you know, your opponent is not Stockfish. So it says the opponent is going to go bishop b4, which is the best move. And it says knight d2, which is not a good move. And then it says you're gonna go knight f6, which I don't know any 1,000 that would do that, because they would see this and be like, oh heck no. Alright, they don't like that. So it says go here. Now actually, this is the best move. But they're gonna play here thinking they're winning. Now actually I completely believe someone would play this. I completely believe this would happen. And then castles is a great move. And then they're gonna say, I'm gonna take this. Rook e1 check is the only move. For advantage anyways. It says it gives a brilliant move mark in the video, but that was so obviously photoshopped. Like, I can't, like, that's insane. Now, I completely believe someone would go bishop e7. I completely believe that. Alright? No one would go here. Like, I'm being honest, who in their right mind would go here? No one. No one in their right mind would go here. So I completely believe even 1,000 would go bishop e7. And then here. And the argument for black is they have 3 pawns. But the thing is, you have 2 bishops that are about to murder this guy. You have a knight that's about to murder, and you have a queen staring. Look at this. This is so miserable for black. And I completely believe once again someone would castle over here, thinking they're unsafe. I completely believe that. And then rook e7, brilliant move. Alright. Queen takes, and look at this. Then you're going to go here. Great move. It shouldn't be a great move because knight g5 still keeps advantage. But then again, what is this? This is so miserable. This is just miserable. Look at these. They're just beaming down the diagonals. Alright, black is hopeless. In this position, it's just hopeless. Up 5 points, it doesn't matter. Like, listen. 3, 6, 11. 16 points of material are doing nothing. They're doing nothing. They're just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. What are they doing? Just waiting to get out of there someday. Alright? Nothing is happening. Alright? These guys are just sitting there eating popcorn, waiting for their king to die. Alright? They're just munching on popcorn. Alright? They're just sitting there. Alright? In fact, you can even take this. Alright? And black is still up material. That's how much material black has, and it doesn't even matter. I actually give this trap a 9 out of 10. Alright, all the comments are hating on it, but I completely believe that this would happen. Alright? Like, I completely believe someone would go knight f6. I completely believe someone would take this pawn. I completely believe they're going to take the knight. I completely believe someone would go bishop e7. Alright? I completely believe that they would castle. Alright, these are all normal moves that someone would make. Alright? So I give this trap a 9 out of 10. This would probably not work. This has a chance to work at the 1500 level even. But at the 1800 level, I don't know if it would work. Alright? But this makes sense. At the 1000 level, this would definitely work. So this is a really good trap. Here's the other traps. e4, e5, the king's gambit. Alright, someone would take the pawn. You go here, and I do not believe anyone, even at the beginner, intermediate level, would go here. Now, it's not a bad move. It's actually a book move. It's been studied. But I don't believe anyone would go here. Alright? So first of all, black has not studied this, so they'd go somewhere like here. Alright? And then they'd go here. Alright. They would play normal developing moves because this pawn isn't even under attack. Like they'd go here or something. And if you try to recapture this pawn, they just take this. But anyways, back to the trap. Alright, just back to the trap, I guess. So the here. And then you get aggressive with this move. Now, if your opponent is aggressive, they'll go g4. Alright. And this is just really weird. And your opponent is just gonna play really aggressive and just beat you up. Alright. And a beginner might go here. They might go here. Alright, because if this happens, you win a rook. So a beginner might go there to protect the pawn. But even if some beginners might they might see this move and be like, I'm gonna protect this. I completely believe that this would happen. They'll try to protect it like this. But true and behold, the brilliant knight takes g5. Alright. If they take this, they're lost. Because here has to go here. Here, they go back. And actually, you can do this again. And then go here. And then win this rook. Or you could mate him, just completely destroy him. For example, it starts like this. Checkmate. Alright. Now, I completely believe that this would work. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. No one's gonna play g5 in the first place. Alright, a beginner intermediate would see, oh, my pawn isn't attacked. I'm gonna make a normal move. Alright? This is what's gonna happen. They're not gonna, protect the pawn when it's not even attacked. Alright? It makes no sense. Even if this does happen, it's not lost. Alright? You just get a big center. But, then again, if this does happen, I believe either of these moves could happen. So I give this trap a 6 out of 10. On to the next. Okay, this one, the Damiano's defense, starts with here. Okay, not there. Here, and here. Now, you can sacrifice the knight. Now, actually, this isn't even dead lost for black. Because actually, taking the pawn isn't even a good move. Well, it is a good move, but this is apparently more accurate. But you take the knight, brilliant move. Now, a lot of beginners will take this knight and think you're a retard. Then you go here, and if they go here, this is just like forced mate. Alright, they're gonna lose the game. Now they have to do this. And then king g6. And that's the only way to not get mated. But a lot of people aren't going to do that. They're going to go here. Alright. And what if they block? Just get a rook. Now, this has no risk for white. Literally no risk. But a way black can still keep in the game is queen e7. Alright. And knight f3, and this is quite unpleasant for white. And basically, like, this is very, very hard to capitalize on for white. But I give this trap A 10 out of 10. I mean, runs no risk for white as long as they know the correct moves. It's a good trap. In fact, it's not even a trap, it's a tactic. Alright. Alright, another chess trap. Let's just use this position. Just normal Italian game. Alright. Here, normal. Here, normal. Here, normal. Here. Now, the trap says if they go back, which no one in their right mind would do. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. No one in their right mind would do this. That says this, and then, yes, this does work. Alright. This is good if your opponent is a retard. I'm just saying. Basically, bishop f2. Be here, and this is still losing. Because they're going to have to give up on the knight. Alright. But the trap has alternatives now. They're upgrading. If your opponent doesn't have a lobotomy and just takes, and goes here, this is where the trap actually becomes different. You go here, and to take your pawn. Now this isn't bad for white, because castles, and they're obviously going to take the knight here. And what is actually supposed to happen is the only good move is a counterattack. That's the only good move. Well, they're completely losing, because if they do take, thinking, I'm smart, we hit them with the soul-crushing bishop a3 brilliant move. And if they take, they're lost. Rook e1 check. Knight e7. Here, and if they don't want to give up the queen, they're just lost. Alright. Here, and this is better. This is better. Why? Because, I mean, look at this. Use your eyeballs. This is obviously bad. Alright? These pawns are going to be hunted out. Nothing's developed. And even if material is equal, this position is not equal. But this trap is actually pretty good. I give it a thumbs up. Because you aren't, if your opponent, you know, is still a normal person and doesn't fall for the trap, your position is still really good. And this is actually really hard to play because no one studies this. Alright, no one is going to play here because this is just a weird move. And this is just not fun to play with black. But hey, I give this a thumbs up. I give this an 8 out of 10. You're not jeopardizing your position in any way to hope a trap works. Alright? I approve of this. Alright, here's another trap, and I'm actually not liking this trap at all. So, d4. e5. Now, this is already bad. Because, as you can see in the eval bar, you're already jeopardizing your position in hopes the opponent self-destructs. So, here, and then you go here. Alright, this is a normal move, just, you know, developing. But if they go here, your trap is gone. Alright, your trap is gone. This trap never works again. It just does not work. And you're cooked. Alright, you're down a pawn. Alright? If they just do this, did the knight c3, then it's lost. Alright? You simply have no compensation. Alright? But I completely believe someone's going to f3. Alright? And then you sacrifice another pawn. Alright? And then you go here. Now, by this time, a beginner would definitely take. Alright? Now, at the beginner level, this definitely works. Alright? But at the intermediate level, like 1,000, your opponent's going to be like, hold up. Something's up. Something's up, and they go knight c3, and the jig is up. The jig is up. Alright? The jig is literally up. Alright? You have no compensation. Your bishop is in a dumb spot. Your knight's in a dumb spot. These pieces are way better. And he's going to have just more pieces developed. Alright, look at this. This looks so good for white. And you have no central pawns. Let's keep that in fact. Alright, I hate this trap so much. I do not like this trap. This is an abhorrent trap. In fact, people in the comments were saying, oh, this is a good trap. If your opponent is freaking stupid, alright, think about it this way. Alright, you use training wheels, and you're better than all the kids on the playground with no training wheels. Why? Because you have training wheels. I mean, use your eyes. You have training wheels. Alright? But, those people that were practicing with no training wheels, and someday you're going to have to take off those training wheels. Alright? And when you do, the people that were never using training wheels, guess how much better they are? They are way better. Alright? They're just better. They're better with no training wheels. And you're going to be stuck there sitting, why did I keep using these traps? Why did I do this? Now I can't do anything without the traps, and they're not working anymore. And you just sit there and realize, I haven't done any practicing. I've been relying on these traps. And you realize you're a horrible player because of this trap. I guarantee, if you, put these traps out, I think you're making players worse at the game. Alright? Because you're telling them, rely on hope. Hope is everything. Hope is everything. Hope your opponent self-destructs. Hope your opponent just hope your opponent just, dies in a fire. I don't know. And once you get out of the level where the traps work, you're just dead. Alright? You don't know how to play by yourself. Alright? These traps are teaching people how to be worse at chess. Alright? Anyways, I'm done my ranting. We're going to go to the next trap. Alright? Alright. Here's another trap that I actually don't mind. So here, and here. Now, this isn't good for black, but it's not borderline losing. Then you go here. Good move. Alright. And then I completely believe a beginner that has died, or even in the intermediate, who just full-on lost to the fried liver and I hate the fried liver, I'm not going to allow it to happen to me again. I completely believe they would go here. Alright. And then you play this. I completely believe they would take the pawn. And then you go here. You offer another pawn. Alright. Again, I completely believe they would take the pawn. Now you hit them with the haymaker. Bishop takes f7. Take. Then knight e5. And whatever they do, if they go back, that's forced mate, because queen, if they go here again, that's, why would you just, keep going in front? Just queen d5 check, it's over. Alright. Alright. So yeah, you hit them with this other haymaker, and if they take, you get a queen. And I love this because you are not jeopardizing your position. Not at all. You are not jeopardizing your position. Alright? And I give this trap a 9 out of 10. Alright? Because this is relying that your opponent plays h6, and not a lot of people would play this. But you are not jeopardizing your position for this trap. Which I love. I love when that happens. Alright? I love it so much. When you don't get a losing position and hope that the other side just falls apart. Alright, here's another trap. Starts Scandinavian. I keep forgetting they don't take. Tennyson Gambit. Here, knight g5. Alright. This is horrible. This is horrid. You sacrifice your position to hope your opponent eats a shoe. Why? Just why? Alright. Now, this could happen. Alright, knight takes e4. And black is still better. Even if they give you the pawn back. Alright. Most people go here to protect the pawn, which is completely fine. Alright. Now, you know what people do? Here. This is horrid. You're never getting the pawn back. Never. You're never getting the pawn back. You just traded the only weakness in black's position. Now, this is all in the hopes that black plays h6. Knight takes f7. Brilliant move. Bishop g6. Brilliant move. And in the hopes of this. But what if your opponent doesn't play? If they play knight c6, this doesn't work. Alright? This doesn't work because the queen is defended. And you want to know something even more devious than knight c6? e6. You could reverse trap them. You can reverse trap them. How? Because if they do this, then this is met with bishop b4. Alright? And then they just lose the queen back. This is, you could reverse trap them. The Tennyson Gambit is utter garbage. It's utter garbage. It lands you in complete lost positions. Like, you could go bishop g7. Alright? Again, you can't go there. Because bishop b5 for whatever, I don't know. Alright. It's just utter garbage. It's utter garbage. But actually, you can just go here. Alright? It's reverse trapping. Because they're gonna think that they're smart by sacrificing. In reality, that's a horrible move. Alright? It's an utter garbage. I give this a 0 out of 10. Alright. Okay, but while we're here, we may as well show the Lionheart Gambit. Now, a lot of people played this against. I lost against it once, I never lost against it again. Alright? Now, you can go here. You're completely fine. You go here, because you know what they're supposed to do? Rook b1. Then rook b5. And this is like theory. But no, they go here. This is horrible for white. Why? Oh, not rook b1. They go here, they hope they can fork you. But then when you go here, they go here. Now you think, that's a stupid move. Kick the knight out. No, it's not. Here, 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 discover check. Wins the queen. Alright. But, you know, if you aren't a retard, you're not gonna fall for this. There's like a million moves you can do. Knight f6, knight c6, bishop e6, e6, and then you're fine. You're completely fine, completely winning position. Then you're gonna kick the knight out, and you're just completely fine. All right, you're fine or Rooney. Lionheart Gambit is trash. But it's not trash. Because if they actually play the right moves, like rook b1, then you're fine. Alright, then you're fine. Anyways, I give the Lionheart Gambit an 8 out of 10. Because if you actually, studied the Lionheart Gambit, then you're actually just fine. You're in a fine position. Open file, you have compensation. Alright. You have two pieces in good places, while you have a queen that might be a punching bag for the cost of the pawn. Anyways, that was our last one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Some of these gambits made me, like, throw up. Alright. I do not like these traps.